Well, good afternoon. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays, coming to you with this game from Three Rivers Stadium from April the 13th, 1979. So this game will be played on Friday the 13th from April of 1979. So we're excited to continue to get back into this tournament. Well, not tournament this season. I'm also playing a tournament with replay baseball, but this is Payoff Pitch, and we're replaying the 1979 season for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we're into a set with the St. Louis Cardinals in game one. In this set, the Pirates shut out St. Louis 4-0 in a great game pitch by Don Robinson. Today, you see our matchup. This is game two in that set. So far in the season, we have the Pirates at 4-2 and St. Louis struggling out of the gate at 1-3. You will see that our pitchers for today are Pete Vukovich for the Cardinals. He's had one game start. He lost that game, and he did pitch 8 innings, but he has a 5.19 ERA. Bruce Keyson did have a game start, but he did not have a decision. Pitched 7 innings with a 3.86 ERA. This is relatively young in the season, so we don't have a lot of stats to jump into and speak to, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to jump straight into the game here. And let me go ahead and get us set up for that.
Replay Radio is live from
we're
Pittsburgh.
Playing from Three Rivers Stadium. We will be, as we have been doing in these games, we will be rolling dice and using fast action cards. And we roll the dice using the ball roller app. Let me pull that up. There's that. Also the stadium card. Where are you at, stadium card? Oh, hang on a second. There it is. And then we'll put my pretty little mug on down here in the corner. If that's a distraction for some, let me know and I'll gladly pull it off. But here we go. We're starting off our game. With Lou Brock leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals. Lou Brock, this is in the twilight of his career. He's not the player that he once was, but still a threat. Batting .231 so far on the season with 1 RBI. Keyson on the season in 79 had a 3.19 ERA with a 13-7 record. Lou Brock stepping to the plate, batting .231. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a tough 0-7, and he will strike him out as Lou Brock goes down swinging for out number 1. That'll bring up Gary Templeton to the plate. Templeton on the season so far, this short 4-game season for them, is batting .278. He's yet to drive in a run. But on the season, against right-handed pitching, he batted .293. So here's the pitch from Keyson to Templeton. I don't know why I just did that. I gotta undo that.
2 outs, bases empty.
We're not using that system. Let's undo that last play. So Brock struck out. Now, there we go. Forgot what I was doing there for a moment. Templeton to the plate. Pitch from Keyson. It's a tough 81. And he hits a fly ball into center field. Marino settling underneath it for the F8 put out. And out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. As Keith Hernandez steps to the plate. And Hernandez in 79 batted .353 against right-handed pitching. So far in the season, he's at .286 with an RBI. Here's the pitch from Keyson to Hernandez. It's going to be a tough 72. It's a ground ball hit sharply to Taveras. At short. Up with it. Over to first for the 6-3 put out. 3 up, 3 down. Here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Pete Vukovich on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals. Vukovich for the season in 79. 233 innings pitched, had a 15-10 record with a 3.59 ERA. To bring Frank Taveras to the plate. For the season so far, he's batting .259 with an RBI. In 79, he batted .296 against right-handed pitching. Here's the pitch from Vukovich. That's going to be a defense check. That will be a defense check. Excuse me, I didn't shuffle these. 1 second. Please cut them a couple times. All right, here we go. Defensive check on the shortstop. It's an error check on the shortstop. Their shortstop. Put that wrote down over here while I'm looking that up. Will be Gary Templeton. His error is a 3. A 1 to 36 will be an error, and we've got a roll of 27. So there will be an error on Templeton as short. So the E6 will put Taveras on with no outs. Taveras on first. Taveras does have the auto still on, so we will attempt to steal Taveras. He is a C steal to Simmons. Simmons does not have a good arm. He has a 4 arm. That is not good. So let's hit Taveras again. It's a C4. It's a very good chance to steal the base. So Taveras is off. And he has stolen the base, and there's a chance for an error. Let me remember how I do that. Runner safe with stolen base, roll 1d6. And that will be the small number as I turn it over here. It is a 1. If higher than the catcher's E rating, he does not throw it wild in the infield. So it will just be a stolen base too, because I pulled actually a, hold on, well, what if higher than the catcher's error rating? What is, well, I rolled a 1, so he's going to be safe at second, but there will be no error, as Taveras has stolen second and has put himself in scoring position with no outs. And Omar Marino coming to the plate, so we got 2 on that are very capable of moving theirself around the base pass. If Marino can move Taveras, here is the pitch from Vukovic. It's going to be an in-play 17 for Omar Marino. And he does get Wood on the ball. It's an opposite field liner into left field. It says a runner on second will score, so we have a single plus. Marino has driven in Taveras from second base, so now Pittsburgh's up 1-0, and Omar Marino will be an automatic chance to steal, and he is a B, and a B4 has got to be good. A B4 on the chart is an excellent chance. So Marino gets the jump. He's off, and he is safe. No, hold on. Is he an excellent or a good? B4 is excellent, an excellent chance. If he would have been anything else, he would have been out. But because he is a B4, it's an excellent, and he is safe at second. So the second stolen base on Simmons, as Marino's is safely at second. That'll bring Dave Parker to the plate with a runner in scoring position and Marino on second. Dave Parker steps up with a score 1-0 Pittsburgh with no outs. Here's the pitch from Vukovic. It is a patient 0-3, and he walks Parker. He gives Parker the free pass. So with no outs, we have runners on first and second. Vukovic is struggling as John Milner comes to the plate. The lefty Milner digs in as Vukovic brings the pitch. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a tough 76 for Milner. It's a fly ball into center field. It's a short fly ball, and because it's out of tough, nobody will be moving as he lifts it into center field. Hendrick has to get on his horse to come in to get it, but it is out number 1 with the F8 put out. So with runners on first and second, Bill Robinson steps to the plate with Pete Vukovic looking to try to get himself out of the inning. Here's the pitch. Another tough 85. It's a ground ball too short. Can they double him up? His double play is an 8. Vukovic is an 8. And they do. They turn 2, and they get themselves out of the inning as it will be the 4-6-3 double play to end that rally and only hold them to 1 run. As we go to the top of the second, Pittsburgh leads 1-0. That will bring Ted Simmons to the plate for the Cardinals. Simmons so far on the season is batting .286 with 2 RBIs as we See Simmons dig in. Bruce Keyson toeing the rubber. Here's the pitch. It's going to be an in-play 16 for Ted Simmons. He hits it well. He hits a sharp liner into center field. So with the leadoff hitter, Simmons is on the single left field. Excuse me, he's sharp liner into center field. So he hits it into center field. Simmons, no threat to steal. As George Hendrick comes to the plate. Simmons takes a slight lead. Keyson not even worried about him. Toes the rubber, goes into a stretch. Here's the pitch to Hendrick. And this is a wheelhouse to Hendrick. He hung a curveball, and Hendrick got every bit of that as he's hit it hard, and he's hit it deep. And that is a 2-run shot by George Hendrick, as this game now is 2-1 St. Louis, as Hendrick clears the base pass for a 2-run shot here in the top of the second. As Tony Scott now comes to the plate. Base pass cleared as Keyson looks to regain his composure as he offered up that gopher ball, and it gopher broke as it was out of here. To the moon, Alice, as Al Red Sox fans likes to say. Here is the pitch to Scott. It's a ballpark 19, and that will be in Tony Scott's wheelhouse. But it's a wheelhouse 63. He was offered up a lollipop, but he could do nothing with it as he topped it and sent it to Tavares at short. Up with it for the 6-3 put out for out number 1. As now Ken Reitz, I think it's Reitz, steps to the plate. Reitz on this season so far is batting .214 with 1 RBI. Keyson looking to gain his composure back after allowing that home run. Here's the pitch. It's going to be an in-play 75 for Reitz. He's lifted a fly ball into center field. It's a short fly ball that Marino just gets on his bicycle, settles underneath the F8 put out. And we have 2 outs here in the top half of the second, with St. Louis leading 2-1. That will bring Mike Tyson to the plate. Tyson so far on the season is struggling with an .083 batting average. He didn't do much better during the regular season as he batted .164. Much better against lefties. Don't even know why they have him in, but that's the actual lineup played. Here's the pitch from Keyson. I did that again. Excuse me, folks.
2 runs, 2 hits, and none left on. Bottom of the second.
I'll have to erase that last play. Oops. As I'm supposed to hit that. Excuse me for my clicking error. So it's going to be an in-play 50 for Reitz. In-play 50. Hold on now. Reitz flying out to center field for the second out. That brought Tyson up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Tyson. It's going to be a patient 61 to Tyson. It's been a ground ball to second. Randy Stennett up with it over to first for the 4-3 put out. We go to the bottom of the second. St. Louis now up 2-1. After the home run by Simmons. As we go to the bottom of the second, Rennie Stennett steps to the plate. As Pete Vukovich looks to keep the lead that he has now, 2-1. Stennett steps in. Stennett on this short season is batting .150. He does, however, have an RBI. Vukovich toes the rubber. Rennie Stennett steps in to the batter's box. Here's the pitch. It's going to be an in-play 99, and that's a fly ball that's lifted into left field. It's a short fly ball that the older statesman Lou Brock settles under for out number 1 with the F7 put out. That will bring Ed Ott to the plate. Ott on the season is batting .200. As Vukovich toes the rubber into his windup. Ed Ott digs in. Here is the pitch. It's a short fly ball to center field. As Hendricks settles under it. Did it again.
2 outs, bases empty.
Yeah, I'm going to have to forgive me for my stupidity of getting the systems messed up. Hang on a second. I'm a knucklehead. All right, we'll bring Rennie Stennett back to the plate. Rennie Stennett grounded. Let's just go ahead and replay it. Remember to roll the right die. No, he did. Was the fly ball to left field to Brock. That's right. Fly out to Brock. Then Ed Ott comes up and I start hitting the wrong buttons again. Here we go. Here's the pitch. It is a defensive check. Checking error rating on the second baseman, Tyson. He is a 2 on his error rating. 2 is a 1 to 51. It is an error, and it will be another error as it's hit sharply to second. Tyson boots it. So it's a 1 base error. So it'll be an E4. So Ott is on first base after the error by Mike Tyson, and that'll bring Phil Garner up to the plate. Garner on the season is batting .429 with 8 RBIs and 2 home runs. He has been lighting it up here early in the season. Can he continue it as Vukovich brings the pitch? And it'll be an in-play 15 for Phil Garner as he continues the hot hitting, as he's hit it well. A long single into the gap in center field will move Ott over to second as Phil Garner continues his hot hitting streak. That brings Bruce Keyson up to bat. He's hitting it. I think that's right. Yeah, he's hitting off the pitcher hitting card 6. So he's going to swing away with runners on first and second. Keys on. Gets the pitch. It's going to be a tough 50 against Keyson. He strikes him out. He strikes out his counterpart. So we now have 2 outs with runners on first and second. And Frank Taveras is stepping to the plate. Can he get some runs across? Frank Taveras to the plate. I don't even know what happened there. Here is the pitch. It's going to be an in-play 39 for Taveras. And he hits a fly ball into right field. It's a deep fly ball. It takes Tony Scott back, but he's at the wall. He leaps, and it's a leaping catch. And it's a simple F9 put out that leaves 2 runners stranded. And we go to the third with St. Louis still leading 2-1 as Pete Vukovich steps into the batter's box. Bruce Keyson pitching to his counterpart. Vukovich hitting off the number 7 card. Here is the pitch. It's an in-play 73 as he's hit a fly ball into center field. Omar Marino takes a few steps in for the short fly ball for out number 1 with the F8 put out. We go back to the top of the order with Lou Brock. Brock, his last time up, struck out. So Keyson looking to repeat that in order. It's a patient 12, and instead Lou Brock, with a good eye, gets a free pass, and he's on to first base with the leadoff, the 1-out walk. Brock will not get the jump. No automatic steal for Brock as Gary Templeton comes to the plate. Templeton flew out to center field his last time up. Keyson with the pitch. Templeton digging in. It is a wheelhouse. It is a wheelhouse 38, and Gary Templeton has hit it well. He's hit a sharp liner into center field, and that will move Brock over to first as we have 1 out and 2 on. And Keith Hernandez coming to the plate. Hernandez, his last time out, grounded to short. He does not want to repeat that here, as we don't want any double plays. But here is the pitch as Hernandez digs in. It's a patient 16 for Hernandez. And again, Keyson struggling with his control as Hernandez gets the free pass. And we have loaded bases here with 1 out here in the top of the third. And Ted Simmons coming to the plate. Simmons, his last time up, singled and drove in 2. So does he want to continue his RBI streak? We shall see as Keyson brings it. And it is a ballpark 48. This could be trouble because that will be in the wheelhouse of Ted Simmons. Here is the roll. And he cannot do anything. It's a wheelhouse 72 as he lifts it into center field. Wheelhouse will advance. Let's check that wheelhouse. Short fly. It's a short fly ball. Wheelhouse. That is just going to advance Brock. It's a short fly ball into left field, but because it's wheelhouse, all right. See if that done what I needed. And it did. So that will score. Ted Simmons' sacrifice fly into left field scores Brock from third. And we now have a 3-1 game as Hendrick steps to the plate. Hendrick, his last time up, hit a home run. We don't want a repeat of that. Here's the pitch to Hendrick. Damn it, did it again.
One run, one hit, and two left on.
That's not going to be the case, guys. All right.
Bottom of the third.
This is the third or fourth time I've done that. Can't have that. All that detail again. F. Field. Second base. There we go. Now that'll bring up Hendrick. Here's the pitch to Hendrick. It's an in play, 38 to George Hendrick. It's a pop up to the third baseman Garner, who makes the play easily with a P5 put out. But if we go to the bottom of the third with St. Louis now leading 3-0. And Omar Moreno stepping to the plate for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here is the pitch. Moreno, his first time up, singled. He's batting .296 on this season. Here's a pitch from Vukovic. It's going to be an in-play 28 for Omar Moreno. And Moreno does indeed get some wood on the ball. It's a hard grounder into right field. There's no runners on, but that will be a single leadoff for Moreno, and you know what that means. He is on first. He will be attempting to steal, and his chance against Simmons is excellent. So let's flip the card, and he is out. He has been caught out stealing as Ted Simmons comes up firing away. And Moreno is caught stealing, so that clears the base pass as Dave Parker now comes up to the plate. Parker steps in. Vukovic pitching well. Here is the pitch. It's going to be an in-play 64 for Dave Parker. He's lifted one into left field. It is a short fly ball that Lou Brock ranges under easily for the F7 putout. For out number 2 is now John Milner steps to the plate. Milner, his first time up, flew out to center field. Milner 286 on the season with 1 RBI. Vukovic feeling confident now. 2-run lead. But he's thrown a wheelhouse to John Milner. He's offered one up to him. He hung a curveball, but Milner could do nothing with it. As he got underneath it and lifted it into center field. He hit it deep and hard, but it got caught up in the wind as it dies at the warning track as Hendricks settles underneath it for out number 3 with the F8 put out. We go to the 4th. St. Louis 3, Pittsburgh 1. As Tony Scott steps to the plate. Scott, his first time up, grounded out to short, batting .200 on this young season. As Keyson wants to just keep it tight as we are into 4th. I've done it again. Damn it. I think my problem is I played
no outs, men on first.
Just a regular replay earlier in the day, and that's what my mind is still stuck on. Here we go. The pitch to Tony Scott in the payoff pitch system is an in-play 74. And he hits one into center field. Omar Marino back to the warning track for the F8 putout. Route number 1 as Ken Reitz steps to the plate. Reitz flew out to center field his last time up. He's batting .200 on the season. Here's the pitch from Keyson. It's a tough 65 to Reitz. It's a sharp ground ball to Randy Stennett at second. Stennett up with it over to first for the 4-3 putout for out number 2. As Mike Tyson steps to the plate. Tyson struggling in this young season, but he's not the best bat. As here comes the pitch from Keyson. Tyson digs in. It's a tough 82, and he grounds it to Tavares at short. Tavares with the easy play, 6-3 over to first. As Milner squeezes it, they get him by 3 or 4 steps. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, our game's still 3-1. Bill Robinson at the plate. Here's Vukovic as Robinson digs in. Here's the pitch. And it's a tough 53 for Robinson. And he strikes him out as Robinson goes back to the dugout with the walk of shame. As Randy Stennett now steps to the plate. Stennett, his last time up, flew out the left field. Stennett struggling in his young season at 143, but has driven in a run as Vukovic toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. It will be a patient 71 for Randy Stennett as he hits one into center field, and he hits it short, gets underneath it. Hendrick runs a few short steps in for the F8 put out. 2 up, 2 down as Ed Ott steps to the plate. Ed Ott reached on an error his last time up. Vukovic brings the heat. I've done it again. Well, unfortunately, this will not be a hit. I'll erase that.
2 outs, men on first.
Stennett flew out to center field. That brought Ed Ott up. And now the roll of the dice. Be a patient 99 as he's hit one into right field. Tony Scott settles underneath it for out number 3. And we will go to the 5th with St. Louis up 3-1 in this tight game between these two competing teams. That'll bring Vukovic back up to the plate as Bruce Keyson looks to sit down his counterpart. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 70. And it is a swing. He makes contact. He lifts it into center field, but not much on it as Marino settles underneath it. For out number 1. They'll bring Lou Brock to the plate. Brock is 0 for 1 with a walk, and he's struck out. It's Keyson looks at the older statesman Brock. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 52 for Lou Brock. He's hit it sharply down the third base line. Garner backhands it, up with it, over to first, and he gets Brock by a step for the 5-3 put out. And out number 2 as Gary Templeton steps to the plate. Templeton, his last time up, singled. Then he flew out his first time. He's 1 for 2 as Bruce Keyson settles in, brings the pitch. It's a tough 0-9, and he strikes him out. That's Templeton. Takes the walk of shame, and that takes us to the bottom of the 5th. Our score still 3-1. St. Louis beat Vukovic. Pitching well as Phil Garner steps in. Garner singled his first time up. Here is the pitch. It's an in-play 39 for Phil Garner. This hit a sharp ground ball to Hernandez at first. Hernandez scoops it up. 3 unassisted as he steps on the bag for out number 1. That'll bring Bruce Keyson to the plate. He will be swinging away. Here's the pitch to his counterpart. Keyson looking to get something done with it. It will be a defensive check. It's a defensive check on the third baseman. Reitz error rating is a 4. So 1 to 26, and it will be an error. It's a roll of 31. And so he makes the play. It's hit well by Keyson, but Reitz with the great grab of the hot line shot bounces one skip at his feet, backhands it over to Hernandez for the 5-3 putout. Keyson thought he had a rare hit, but he was robbed as Reitz made the great play at third. That'll bring Frank Taveras back up to the plate. Taveras is 0 for 2 today, but he did reach on it his first time up on an error. Flew out to right field his last time up. Here's a pitch from Vukovic. It is a wheelhouse to Taveras, but he has been offered up a lollipop and he could do nothing with it as he's topped it and sent it to Tyson at second for the 4-3 putout as he tosses it over to Hernandez. For our third out, we go to the top of the 6th with St. Louis up still 3-1 in this duel of pitchers as Vukovic has held them to 1 run on 3 hits. Keith Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez is 0 for 1 with a walk. Batting .267 with an RBI on the season. Here is the pitch from Keyson. It's a tough 32, and that would not be tough enough as Keith Hernandez gets a hold of it. He sends a looping liner to right field for a lead-off double here in the top of the 6th. Hernandez swinging the bat well as he's now standing up on second base. And Ted Simmons coming to the plate. Ted Simmons is 1 for 2 for today with a single and a fly out to left field as Keith Hernandez is in scoring position. Keyson looking to settle down, dig in as Ted Simmons wants to put another run across. Here comes the pitch. It's a tough 91. That will be a ground ball to second. Hernandez will stay at second. This will be a 4-3 putout for out number 1. Whoops. Gotta do that in detail. Ground ball. Second baseman. Assist to first. All right, there we are. That'll bring George Hendrick to the plate with 1 out. Hernandez on second. Keyson looking to get out of this inning with no more damage done. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 38. He strikes him out as Hendrick takes the walk of shame. We have 2 outs. Tony Scott stepping to the plate. Can we get another run across for the Cardinals? Keyson saying, no, I don't want to hear any of that. Here's the pitch from Keyson. It's a patient 80. as it's hit into center field. It's hit short as Marino on his bicycle running in to get underneath of that one for the F8 putout. And that's the third out as we go to the bottom of the sixth. St. Louis still leading 3-1. And Omar Marino stepping up, hoping to get on the base pass. Vukovic into the windup. Marino digging in. Here is the pitch. And it's a ballpark 37. Ballpark 37 will be the wheelhouse for Marino. Here's Marino. Can do nothing with it as he's offered up a good one to get a hold of, and he does not. He grounds it too short. It's Templeton up with it over to first for the 6-3 put out. Omar Marino can only go back to the dugout shaking his head as he got one he should have done something with. Dave Parker's thinking, I wish I would have had that pitch as he steps into the box. Vukovic into his windup. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 64. That will be one lifted into left field. It's hit deep. He takes Brock to the warning track, but not deep enough for out number 2. As John Milner now steps into the batter's box. Vukovic looking to get through another inning here. Here is the pitch. It's going to be a tough 83. That will be a ground ball to second. Mike Tyson up with it easily for the 4-3 put out. And we're out of the 6th, going to the 7th, with St. Louis still leading 3-1. I think this is one that's going to go down to the end as Kizan still on the mound as Reitz steps to the plate. Reitz on the day is 0 for 2, grounded out to second his last time up. Here's the pitch from Kizan. It's a tough 0-7, and he strikes him out for his 4th strike of the day. Strikeout of the day. Reitz takes that walk of shame as Mike Tyson steps to the plate. Tyson on the day is 0 for 2, grounding out twice. As Kizan brings the pitch. It's a tough 44, and he strikes out Tyson for strikeout number 5. Tyson goes down swinging and hanging his head back to the dugout. As Pete Vukovic back up to see if he can do anything against his counterpart. He's going to stay in. He's pitching well with the lead. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 10, and Kizan is struck out the side as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And Bill Robinson stepping to the plate. Vukovic still dealing BBs, I guess you could say. He hasn't struck out many, so I guess you can't say that. He's only, he struck out 2. So he's not throwing smoke, but he's getting them to line it out or pop it out or ground it out. However he's doing it. Here's a pitch from Vukovic. It's a tough 20, and just as I talk about it, he strikes out Robinson for strikeout number 3. It's like I predicted that. I'm no prophet. Stennett to the plate. He's flew out both times up. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Vukovic. It's an in play, 82. This time he will ground it too short. Templeton up with it, over to first. For the 6-3 put out. That'll bring Ed Ott up to the plate. Ott reached on an error and flew out to right. So he's 0 for 1. As Vukovic deals it. It's going to be a tough 0-2, and he strikes out Ott. So Vukovic is saying, I can do it too, as it was 3 up and 3 down. We go to the 8th. With Lou Brock stepping up to the plate. Bruce Keyson. We'll read the fatigue rule again. Is he fatigued now, or is he not fatigued because he's not allowed? Well, no, he is fatigued. He's allowed 3 runs. Keyson will be coming out. Let's bring a left-hander in. Bring in Grant Jackson. Jackson will be coming in to pitch. Let's find his card. Yeah, it was the last one. You wouldn't know it. Let's take a look at the box score on Keyson. 7 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, struck out 6. So not a bad outing, but he will not get any type of decision, and he'll be hung with a loss if this remains as is. Lou Brock stepping up, facing the new pitcher in Jackson. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a patient 89 to Lou Brock. He will ground that one to Stennett at second, over to first for the 6-3 put. 4-3 put out, not a 6-3. There we go. That'll bring Templeton up to the plate. Templeton struck out his last time up. He's 1 for 3 for the day. Here's the pitch from Jackson. It's a ballpark 47. That's going to be a wheelhouse for Gary Templeton. Here's the roll. He can do nothing with it. He's offered one that he should have put out of the park, but he grounds it to second. Rennie Stennett up with it for, again, the 4-3 put out. 2 up, 2 down as Keith Hernandez steps to the plate. Hernandez on the day is 1 for 2 with a base on balls and a double. Here's the pitch. It's a patient 62. And Keith Hernandez is swinging the bat well as he's hit a line drive into center field for a 2-out single, as we now have a runner on. Ted Simmons coming to the plate again. Hernandez will not be going anywhere. On second as Simmons steps to the plate. Simmons singled his first time up, but it flew out and grounded out in his other 2 appearances. Here's the pitch to Simmons. It's a patient 89. As he's grounded at second, over to first for the 4-3 put out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with our score still 3-1. Vukovic still dealing it from the mound. as Phil Garner steps to the plate. The hot-hitting Phil Garner. Who would have thunk it? Batting .435 again with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Garner. It's a tough 44, and believe it or not, his strikeout is 1-43. His swinging the bat and getting the doubles of 44-46. He doubles. It's a grounder down the line, getting past third, and he is sliding into second with the double, leading off. Garner getting it done, as that will bring Jackson up, and he will do the smart thing. He's going to sacrifice bunt. Let's flip the card. He will be able to bunt. Now I got to remember how to do this. See his bunt. Let's look at Jackson, his bunt. All right, let me pull out the chart. Just got to find it. It would be the one I don't have out. Yay! Why would I not have that chart out? That's the question. Because I don't sacrifice bunt much. I don't even know where that chart is. Here we are. Let's see. Jackson's bunt is a D. So we're going to do a roll on the percentage dice. I'm going to do it flipping on the card. On the card, it's a 48 sacrifice bunt, and he is a D. And he does indeed get to sacrifice down. So Grant Jackson's sacrifice bunts. Let's see. Lay it down the first base line to Hernandez. But that will move Garner over. So with one out, we got a man 90 feet from putting another run across, and Frank Tavares coming to the plate. Great job by Jackson moving Garner over. Here is the pitch from Vukovich. It's a tough 50 to Tavares. That 50 will be a ground ball to second. Garner will have to hold it on third. So 2 outs. Runner 90 feet from making this a 3-2 game. Omar Marino stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch from Vukovich. It's an in play, 26 for Marino. And that will be a grounder up the middle. That will score Garner, as Marino is safely on first base, and we know what that means. Omar Marino is going to be tempting to steal again. He got gunned out last time. This time he will be safe, as he steals second and puts himself in scoring position as he's stolen second. Dave Parker steps to the plate with the opportunity to tie this game or put them ahead with the swing of the bat. And he's definitely one that can do it. Here comes the pitch from Vukovich. nothing with it as he grounds it to second. Tyson up with it over to first for the third out. And we go to the top of the ninth with this game 3-2. St. Louis. George Hendrick stepping to the plate for the Cardinals as Grant Jackson looks to close out the side so we can go to the ninth with some theatrics. George Hendrick to the plate. Grant Jackson digs in. Here's the pitch. It's an in play, 78. That will be a fly ball into right field. Dave Parker settling underneath it for out number one. The F9 put out. Out number one as Tony Scott now steps to the plate. Scott on the day has been hitless. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Scott. It's a tough 50 to Scott. This time, though, he does get a piece of it as he hits a long single into the gap in center field. So with one out, we have a runner on first in Scott. What kind of arm does Ott have? Let's take a look at that. Whether he wants to run or not in this situation to get. He's got an arm of 3. C3. A C3 is normal. Oh, he's going to stay. He's not going to attempt to steal. As Tony Scott comes to the plate. Here's the pitch from Jackson. It's a tough 59. That will be a fly ball into left field. It's a deep fly ball, but because it's hit out of the tough section, he will not advance. It'll be tough to advance to second with the hit to left field anyhow. But so with 2 outs with a runner on first, Ken Reitz comes to the plate. Reitz over for today with 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Actually, it's Tyson that's up to the plate, excuse me. Here's Tyson. Here's the delivery. And I did it again.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Bottom of the ninth.
That was a fly out. Then that brought Tyson up. And now we'll see what Tyson is going to do. And I can't believe I've done that so many times. It's an in play, 69. This time, the out will be a fly ball to center field. As we go to the bottom of the ninth, our score 3-2. Pete Vukovich looking to close it out. As John Milner comes to the plate for the homestanding Pirates as the crowd gets on its feet, wanting to rally, wanting to bring across those runs. Can they pull it out here in the bottom of the ninth? Milner steps up to the plate. Milner on the day has been hitless. He's 0 for 3, batting .222 on the season. Here's the pitch from Vukovich. And it's a tough 59. as he grounds it to short. Templeton up with it for the 6-3 put out for out number 1. This game is down to its last 2 outs as Bill Robinson steps to the plate. Robinson on the afternoon has struck out twice and grounded out. He's hitless as well as Vukovic deals to Robinson. This is an in play, 52 for Robinson. As he grounds it to the third baseman, Reitz up with it over to first. Out number 2. We're down to our last out. Rennie Stennett steps to the plate. Rennie Stennett so far in this early young season is batting 130. I think it's time to bring in Steve Nicosia, who hits well, hits 326 against left-handed pitching. No, Vukovic is a right-hander. I don't want to bring him in. Let's bring in Pops. Pop Stargell will come in to pinch hit for Rennie Stennett. What will Pop Stargell do? Can he come in and play the heroics as Willie Stargell steps in? Pete Vukovic takes a deep gulp, looking at the 39-year-old Willie Stargell, knowing what he can do from the plate. Here's the pitch from Vukovic. And it's a patient 71. And Willie Stargell comes in and he hits one sharply. He hits it to Templeton and it's short. Templeton backhands it, up with it, over to first for the 6-3 put out. And that is our ball game, a tightly contested game that went down to 3-2 in the 9th inning, as Willie Stargell could not come in and play any late heroics. As that is our game from Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh today. Let's take a look at our box score. As the Pirates now drop to 4-3, Bruce Keyson will take the loss. You see, they just couldn't bring across too many runs. As they actually out hit the Cardinals, but it was with runners in scoring position. I think it's the 2 errors that really caused all the damage. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at how many earned runs went against Keyson. All 3. Well, Vukovic pitched well, 5-hitter with only 1 earned run. So great pitching from him. Keyson didn't pitch poorly. He just didn't get any run support. They just didn't get any runs when they needed them. Garner's still playing well, though, playing hot this early season, as he's was 458. But that'll be our game for today. And that'll close out that game. Let's close out the rest of this day. Cincinnati against San Diego. Cincinnati takes that one, moving to 6-2. Then the Astros with Joe Niekro on the mound. In San Francisco, they go down 8-4, dropping to 5-2. Taking a look at our standings now. Early in this season, the American League East, Detroit sits on top at 4-0. Wonder why they've only played 4 games, while other teams have played as many as 6. Some 8. That's interesting. In the American League West, California sits on top at 6-2. In the National League, sitting on the top in the East, is Montreal. It's early in the season. It's actually Pittsburgh's right in the hunt as well. And LA up in the West, 7-2. Some teams are doing poorly. Atlanta 0-8, already 6.5 games out after 8 games. That is not good. But that will be it for today with this payoff pitch game. Let's take a look at the replay daily and just see what happened around the league. The play of the day took place in the game between Cincinnati and San Diego at San Diego Stadium on Friday. Top of the ninth, Cincinnati batting, bases loaded, 2 outs, game tied. Ray Knight singles, driving in 2 runs. That is quite a play. The game of the day, same game as Cincinnati overcame San Diego 6-3. And there's some roster movements. The White Sox, Pablo Torrealba removed from the roster, and Aurelio Lopez dropped from the roster. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoy it when you come by and take a look at it later. If you do, great game, 3-2 to game that was exciting to the end. Have a great day.